Yo, what's good, fam? So we all know that the pig is one of the weakest killers in Dead by Daylight. There are a lot of things in her kit that are really bad, and this video is me going over everything that I think is bad with her and how we should buff the pig. Obviously, I haven't been able to play much Survivor lately because I am still moving. It has been a hassle. It is not going so smoothly, but it is what it is. We'll get over it. I will make this a series. I will go over some of the weakest killers, why I think they're weak and how I would buff them, and strong killers, how I think they are so strong and how I would nerf them. And today I would like to start off with the pig. She's one of my favorite killers in the game, even though I barely play her due to how weak she is. And we are going to get into all these things that I think makes her weak. We're also going to go over all of her add-ons too, talking about some changes I would make to those. But I will let you know, I'm not going to replace add-ons. If I think an add-on should be base kit, I'm not going to come up with an add-on to put there instead. I'm not good at ideas like that. And let's get into it. First thing I want to talk about is her base kit and how her traps work. Her reverse bear traps do take 150 seconds to go off after it has been put on someone's head. I think that's fine. I think it's fair. I think maybe it could be 140 or maybe 135, but 150 is fair. That gives you more than enough time to search every box if you're not being interrupted all the time. And it does take the pig 3.3 whole seconds to put the trap on. I don't know why it takes that long. It should be way faster. It's like Trapper's putting down his bear trap. He has a speed add-on to put on his bear trap, and I think that should be base kit. Same thing with pig. It should just be way faster to put a bear trap on. It shouldn't take 3 whole seconds. When survivors have a trap on their head and they search a box, it takes them 12 whole seconds. I think that's fair, especially because it's not too long to where if the pig just sees you on the corner of her eye from across the map, she could come interrupt you. You most likely get it done. I could see this being 13 seconds, but 12 is good. 12 is good. They don't have to change that. So it takes 12 seconds to search a box, and for every second, there is a 80% tested chance for a skill check. I think that's fine. Maybe make it 85, because I rarely get skill checks when I'm trying to take a trap off. I just think it needs to happen more often, because getting a bear trap off is like, it's super easy. And another thing I want to address is her tear radius. If you don't know, pig used to have a 28 meter tear radius, but they nerfed it and made it 32 instead, because she is a 4.6 killer, which means she moves 4.6 meters per second. So they think that a 28 meter tear radius is way too small for somebody's 4.6, which is actually hilarious because Onryo is also 4.6, but her tear radius is 24 meters. It's not even 28, it's 24. So I think they need to give pig her 28 meter terror radius back, and that will be fine. All right, now let's go over her crouch. Not just the we're not going to go over the ambush attack. We're just going to go over the crouch really quick. When she is crouched, she is 3.68 meters fast. If you don't know, that is slower than Nurse's walking speed. So why on earth would I crouch as pig? You know what I mean? If anything, it's just making you take longer to reach your destination. If you're trying to pressure a gen, but you want to get a stealthy hit, you can't, because crouching makes you so slow that it's not even worth it to crouch over there. And her crouch speed, as I said, is 3.68. It is the same speed as a killer carrying a survivor. If they're not taking hits, they're just running in front of you, you're basically not going to get a hit unless you have agitation. And with John's medical file, which is a brown add-on, it makes you crouch 6% faster. Your crouch walking speed is 6% faster, which makes it 3.92 meters per second to be exact, but it's basically 3.9. And that's not even survivor speed. That is 0.1 meters per second slower than a survivor regular running speed, which I think that should be base kit, but up it a little bit. So maybe make it 4.2, so where you're barely slightly faster than a survivor, or just make it the whole 4, so you're as fast as a survivor while you're crouched. So it's worth it to actually crouch around the map because you're faster. The transition it takes to go into the crouch from a regular standing or walking position takes 1.3 seconds, and with a brown add-on that makes you crouch faster, it takes off 0.4 to make it 0.9 seconds. That should be base kit, and not only should it be base kit, it should be buffed to be even faster, because it takes so long to get in and out of crouch that in chase, it's not even worth it to go in crouch. Out of chase, it's not worth it to go in crouch. It takes a while to get into your crouch, a while to make it to your destination because you're slower while you're crouched, and you have to charge up your ambush attack if you want to use that. Let's say we buff pig, right? Take away her traps, take away her stealth, and make her crouch instant and her charge up instant, and she gets 5 of them. How busted does that sound? In case you don't know, I just explained what the fuck Blight does. Her crouch speed needs to be buffed. Her crouch transition speed in and out of it also needs to be buffed. Alright, and let's get into her ambush. Her ambush speed is 6.4 meters per second when she's dashing, which is a good speed. I think it could be a little faster, but that is a great speed for your ambush. They don't have to change that at all. If you miss, there's a 2-second cooldown. There's also a shattered syringe add-on that decreases it to 1.5 seconds. Honestly, I think this is fine. Her 2-second miss cooldown is nice. Every survivor should be rewarded when a killer miscalculates or makes a mistake, like what happens if you fucking miss. So a 2-second cooldown on missing is nice. The ambush goes 16 meters and you cover the 16 meters in 2 seconds. That just goes back to the speed of it. I think it's fine. It doesn't really need changed. But her ambush attack takes 0.75 seconds to charge. That is almost a whole second where survivors can react. And there is a charge speed add-on, which is the workshop grease, and it does make it only take 0.375 seconds, which is 50% faster to charge. That should be base kit. I don't know why it's an add-on. That should just be base kit straight up. And not only does the add-on make it charge faster, it also decreases time of missed ambushes, which is okay for an add-on. But the charge speed in that add-on needs to just be base kit. I don't know why it takes so long for her to get into her ambush, but it should just be faster. And surprisingly, that is all I have to go over for her base kit, traps, crouch, ambush. That's all I gotta go over about that. That's all I think needs changed. It's not a lot. I mean, and maybe it is a lot. I'm not really paying attention how much it is. But I think that this is the right direction to go if they really do want to buff the pig. Because if they don't buff the pig soon, then she is going to be one of the dead killers in Dead by Daylight. She is already not picked very much, and she will be picked even less if they don't buff her or give her some quality of life changes. Now we're going to go to the add-ons. This is the part of the video that I like to talk about. First add-on is a brown. We're looking at Shattered Syringe. It reduces the cooldown of missed ambush attacks. This is a pretty bad add-on, mainly because you don't use ambushes pig because how bad it is, but it's only a brown add-on. Like that's all you can expect from a brown add-on. You don't want them to be fucking insane. The next add-on we're looking at is another brown, and it is John's Medical File, and it increases your crouch movement speed to make it almost match a survivor base kit. Like I said before, why isn't that base kit? I don't know why her crouch debuffs her, but hey, it is what it is. The next add-on is the Interlocking Razor, and it applies deep wound to injure survivors who are searching a box with a trap on their head and they miss a skill check. That's just, nobody's gonna miss a skill check from these boxes, dude. Skill checks are so easy. Almost nobody's gonna miss these skill checks from the box. The Combat Straps. It increases your crouch transition speed going in and out of it. Base kit, already talked about it. Base kit, base kit, base kit. I don't know why the fuck this is an add-on, dude. The next add-on, we are going into the greens, I believe. I don't have the pictures in front of me. I'm reading off of my notes on my phone. It increases the ambush charge speed and decreases the missed ambush cooldown. This is a good add-on. The charge speed should be base kit. I talked about it a little bit earlier. The charge speed should just be base kit, and the decreased missed cooldown on the ambush is good for an add-on. I don't think for a green it should probably be like yellow, so maybe move it down to yellow, I guess. Utility Blades. Traps inflict hemorrhage status effect on survivors. Hemorrhage means if you get interrupted while you're healing, all your heal progress will slowly go down. If you're playing pig and you're actually trying to win, Sloppy Butcher is a really good option for her due to how bad her ambushes are. So you pretty much always have to get your survivors with an M1 attack, and that's what makes Sloppy Butcher a good choice on her, because you'll hit multiple people. It'll take a long time to heal. This add-on, honestly, I don't think this add-on is good at all. This add-on needs a new meaning. Hemorrhage, come on. Now we got the Razor Wires. This add-on makes it so if a healthy survivor is trying to take off his trap and he misses a skill check, it will injure the survivor, and the skill checks will be 20% more difficult. First thing I gotta say, the skill checks already need to be difficult. It's so brain dead. I'm almost never missed a single skill check trying to take off a trap. But the injuring healthy survivors is really strong. It's just the skill checks that gets it. Good survivors, which is more often than not, will not miss a skill check on a fucking box. Next add-on we have is Last Will. The ambush dash attack is 6% faster, but it takes 33% extra time to charge up the ambush. Just take away the extra time it takes to charge the ambush. Why is that in the add-on? There's so many add-ons that fucking nerf pig. She doesn't need them. Blight has add-ons which make him faster each rush with no downside. And we have Pig, who has an add-on that makes her one attack 6% faster, but it takes so long to charge. I'm cool with the 6% faster, maybe make it 9% faster, and take away the extra time it takes to charge it up. I don't know why that is still a thing in this add-on. Now the next add-on is the face mask. Traps inflict blindness except for jigsaw boxes. Why? Make the traps apply blindness for everything until the trap is active. I think that makes the most sense. If you put a trap to inflict blindness, what exactly are you blinding them from? If you're going against some really good survivors, you're gonna have Prove Thyself, Dead Hard, some off the record maybe will make it. They're not gonna have on Kindred, they're not gonna have on Deja Vu. It's just this add-on is outdated. Blindness isn't serious. Next add-on is the slow release toxin. Traps inflict exhausted. This is a decent add-on. So if somebody has a trap on and you need pressure, so you need to maybe tunnel them, you know they don't have sprint burst, you know they don't have dead hard, you know they don't have life, you know they don't have balance, you know they don't have any exhaustion perk, which can be really, really good. The only thing I would change to this add-on is also give it an exhaustion timer. So after the survivor gets the trap off, they are exhausted for 30 seconds after. I think that would be perfect. This add-on would be perfect. And that's all I gotta say about that add-on. Rusty attachments. Traps inflict mangled. This would be good as a brown, maybe a yellow, and that's pushing it. But as a green, this is terrible. As Pig, as I said before, you might be running Sloppy Butcher because you're going to be hitting with M1s and not the ambush attacks. So maybe if you combine this add-on with the blindness and the hemorrhage and mangled all into one add-on, that would be a really, really good green add-on, maybe even a really good purple add-on. Rule set number 2. Traps make survivors not be able to see their boxes until active. This should be combined with the add-on that makes you blind and add a whole new add-on. Not being able to see the boxes while you have a trap on your head that isn't active is good, because that means a survivor won't get it off instantly because they don't know where all the boxes are. It will be harder for them to get off their trap, so it's not bad. It just needs to be combined with a different add-on and make a new add-on. The next one is Jigsaw's annotated plan. It gives you one extra bear trap, so you have an extra bear trap, but it increases the default death timer of those traps by 10 seconds, so it's 160 whole seconds. But if a gen gets completed on an active trap, 10 seconds is taken off of the death timer. So if survivor's trap has 90 seconds left and a gen gets done, they now instantly have 80 seconds to get that trap off instead of going from 90 to 80. This add-on is terrible. The +1 trap is good. I can see why the +1 trap would make it a green. Extra 10 seconds, so they have 160 seconds to get their bear traps off. They're almost guaranteed. And the minus 10 seconds on the bear trap only happens to active traps. So if you put a trap on somebody and 5 gens are active and then a gen pops, you didn't take 10 seconds off their timer. You started their timer, and then another gen has to get done to actually take off 10 seconds. So you have to put a trap on a survivor's head, and then 2 gens have to go by to get literally any value out of this add-on. It's terrible, and it doesn't count the initial gen. I think it needs to count the initial gen. Then it would make the add-on considered useful. Now we got the bag of gear. You put on traps 50% faster, which means instead of taking 3 seconds, it'll take 1.65 seconds, and it decreases the box search speed by 14%. The box search speed part of the add-on isn't too useful. It only adds about 2 seconds to searching the box, which isn't all that much. But hey, it's only a secondary effect, because the main effect is that you put on bear traps faster. That needs to be base kit, like no cap, and the search speed doesn't even help that much. Next add-on, we have the tampered timer. It takes off 20 seconds to all traps, so instead of being base kit 150 seconds to take off your trap, it is now 130. This add-on is strong, but it's fine. I think it's perfectly fine as a purple. No changes there. We now got Jigsaw's sketch. You get 1 extra trap, and when a survivor has a trap on and they're on a generator, that generator is revealed to you in a different color. Decent? You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's worth purple. It's worth green 100%. I don't know if it's worth purple. I just move it down to green. And we got the crate of gears. Attachment speed is plus 50% and decreases box search speed by 25%. This add-on should be green. I don't think it's worth purple. As I said, the attachment speed should be base kit. Make it 1.6 or make it a whole 2 seconds. And the decreased box search speed saves you 3 seconds. Not all that much, but 3 seconds is 3 seconds. It's not plus 1.6 seconds. It's 3 whole seconds, so it can be really useful. That's why I say you move it down to a green and add another effect that this add-on does. Now we have Amanda's secret. It removes your ability to see the boxes, but survivors removing traps make a loud noise notification, and you can see them for 6 seconds. So this add-on, I think this is a healthy add-on, if that makes sense, because you won't be able to camp boxes or go to the same 2 boxes to try to catch a survivor who has a trap on their head. But when they successfully get their trap off, you know where they are, you can see them for 6 seconds. Lethal Pursuer is meta, so you can see them for 8 seconds. I think this add-on is pretty great. I think this should be moved down to green. It could stay in purple, but I think it deserves to be a green add-on. It's a healthy add-on, if that makes sense. I like it. Now we're in the iridescent category. The first one is Amanda's Letter. It takes away 2 bear traps, so you only get into the match with 2, but you can see survivors through walls above you, below you, from 16 meters if you're in stealth. This add-on is fucking dog shit. So you're taking away over half your pressure that you're gonna get mid to late game with your traps, and you have to be in stealth, which is dog shit. Like, why on earth would you bring this add-on? This add-on could be a brown meme add-on. That's how bad this add-on is, in my opinion. Just as I said, if they do go through with buffing her stealth and her base kit abilities, then take away the side effect that takes away 2 base kit traps. That means that keeps you with all 4, and you could just see survivors through walls for 16 meters. Maybe change it down to 12 or 8 meters just to balance it out, and I think it is perfect. And our second iridescent add-on, which I think is one of the worst add-ons in the game, the videotape. All survivors start with their traps, so all the mid to late game pressure you were gonna get is now gone fucking instantly. The only thing this add-on does is it provides you a survivor to tunnel easier, because you don't have to worry about putting traps on everybody's head. This add-on is fucking dog shit. So it takes all the pressure you would have mid to late game, because that's really when you get all the pressure from your bear traps, and gets rid of it at the start. Keep in mind, a generator has to be completed for the traps to activate it, so you can lose all of your traps before a single generator gets completed. That is ridiculous. Not worth it at all. This add-on needs a complete rework. This add-on is terrible, dog shit, garbage, poop, gone, dead, done, everything. We just need a new iridescent add-ons. Both iridescent add-ons need changed. And there we go. That is the video. Those are the changes I would make to the pig if I was allowed to nerf or buff the pig. I hope you liked the video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're trying to hit 200 subscribers. Make sure to leave a comment. I respond to every comment. I really love it when you guys leave comments. It means the world to me. And by the way, this is the new mic. I don't know if you guys can really tell a big difference. I know I can. And it sounds weird right now, mainly because it likes to pick up every single little thing I do. And I'm in the middle of moving, like I said already. So this room is really empty. So there is a echo. So we're just gonna have to deal with it, I guess. And I'll catch y'all.